Um, so Ian on the injured list, and as we kind of look at the schedule over the next week, there's a lot of right-handed pitching, and an opportunity for some DH at bats, and so Moisés will get a shot there. So we went through, kind of a pregame workout yesterday, and he got through it, but it just felt like, he was a little cautious, essentially, and didn't want to have to kind of come in today, go through the same thing. Can you play? Come in tomorrow, go through the same thing. Can you play? This way, we feel like we can give him 4 or 5 days off here, start ramping up activity, at the week on the weekend, and have a shot to have this be a minimum stay. Excuse me? So Tyson was hit with a comebacker in his calf on Saturday, and that it's just going to set him back. He's not going to be able to pitch. So hopefully it doesn't set him back too long, but it's going to set him back where we got to take him out of competition.
What's your concern about outfielders' days off? How are you going to negotiate that? They're played most of the games. Randy, I'm looking forward to this next week or so.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a day-by-day thing. If Brujan will play out there if we need to give somebody a day off. We're always kind of looking at that, and those guys have been regular out there. Pete's been out there every day. Kyle's had a couple DH days, but other than that, been out there. So we'll keep an eye on it. And should a need arise right now, it'll be Brujan.
When you had Moisés in big league camp on the offensive side of things, what stood out to you the most from what you saw from him
then? Yeah, he's a hitter. I mean, he's always been a hitter. He's been the youngest player on his team, still, for his whole career, and he's always been, one of the better hitters. And that's impressive. I think he's got a gift to hit. That's what his real skill is, what his real talent is, what his gift is. And that's impressive. I mean, it's impressive to do what every year you look up and you're saying he's doing that at this age, at that level. You can't help but take notice. It's not easy to do, and you don't see guys do it.
Happ said today that he thought he might be back rather quickly. He said what the doctors and
Yeah, I mean, I think we're optimistic to that. I think anytime you go on the IL, we're going to press pause because of that. But yeah, we're optimistic. I mean, there was a debate whether to kind of stretch this out, like I said, to go to kind of have him come in every day and see how we're doing. Ultimately, time of year said let's not go through that process and give it this 4 or 5 days where you don't have to worry about kind of getting yourself ready to play in a game, and have it behind you when you get activated. So that's what we're going to make sure we do. Look, we were wrong that it was going to be a day-to-day thing. So I think it can be 10 days, but I was wrong already on this one. So. Yeah. Say's going to be in left field, and same thing as if he needs an off day, then we'll have to watch that, and we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, for now, left field.
Do you think Ballesteros will catch it all while he's up there?
It's possible. I don't think that wasn't the intent of calling him up. I think we have 2 catchers playing well, but it's possible.
Will he be maybe like shadowing Carson, and maybe I'll just get a sense of what?
Yeah, I mean the other like maybe small benefit we're gonna he's gonna participate in all pregame meetings with the starter and the catcher, so that's a little added benefit just to I don't see this as the time where we're gonna see a lot of catching duties, but when he does, this hopefully is a little week that he gets to sit in and understand, so that when he does, he's a little more prepared and understands and just gets a little more time around our pitchers.
What have been maybe the preliminary reports on how he's continuing to learn?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before, but Moisés just has not caught a lot. He just has not caught in a lot of games, and so it's not. This is not like, hey, it's practice every day, but it's get game experience. And he's done a good job with it. He's done a good job with kind of holding up with the workload. And I thought he did a good job in spring training. So very pleased with what he's done from that perspective. I still think he has not caught a lot of games. And so just anytime we can get him back there catching, and obviously this derails that a little bit. But that's still going to be really important for him. You can tell me the number. It's a low number of games he's caught like as a professional.
Did you hear the Pete Rose news, and if so, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm good for Pete. Yeah, I'm happy for him, and he belongs in the Hall of Fame.
It's not an easy subject matter these days, is it? Win versus that game.
I mean, I think look, I think professional sports and their relationships with gambling has changed significantly. Yeah. And then hopefully, on the other end, hopefully, we're all a little more educated on it as well. But it's part of us for sure. And there's going to be some bad things that come from it. There's a bad thing that, I don't know, the other day in Houston, a bad thing came from it. So it's not. There's going to be some issues with it.